Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have another big story out of the LCS to talk about today. This is involving Team Liquid and their top laner from last season, Bwipo, and potentially what both of their plans for this next coming season are. There has been a lot of rumors and speculation stuff surrounding Bwipo. He is still under contract going forward in the future. I don't know if it's until 23 or 2024, but he's not set to be a free agent, nothing like that. But after how much of a disaster this past year was for Team Liquid, no one has really thought that any of the players were safe, and everyone, was potentially going to get kicked or moved on from or whatever. And today we have some news to talk about Bwipo. But first, a word from today's sponsor, which is of course PrizePicks. This is daily fantasy made easy. All you have to do is simply pick more or less on certain props that involve your favorite players, your favorite teams, and your favorite competitions, whether it's esports, traditional sports, whatever. If you want to make some picks on the upcoming World Championship Finals for League of Legends, or anything else that you watch, anything else that you're really, really knowledgeable, passionate about, whatever, you can do it on PrizePicks. You can, play now on the website, prizepicks.com. You can download it in the Apple App Store, or you can get it on Google Play today. Big payouts, 24/7 live support, and fast and secure withdrawals. It's just really, really simple and easy, and it's actually pretty fun too. And like I said, when you guys are already following a lot of this stuff as close as you are, you might as well find a new way to play and potentially win some prizes. So if you're interested in making some picks of your own, check out the first link in the description below. Get signed up, and new users, PrizePicks is actually going to match their first deposit up to $100. And if you do so, that helps support me, my channel, and my content. Now, with that being said, let's get right into today's video. And in this one, we're going to Instagram. This is the lec.wooloo Instagram. We know he's been posting, all kinds of these Instagram stories and all this stuff. If you guys ever want to check him out, it's lec.wooloo. This is official. He also tweeted out earlier today, like a Discord link or something like that. I don't know. I didn't join the Discord, but maybe I should. Maybe there's even some more craziness going on in there. But in here, he posts all these different stories. He saves them all. You guys can go check them out wherever you want. But what we're looking at today is this Instagram post that says, lec.wooloo sources, Team Liquid have allowed Bwipo to explore his options, obviously talking about for next season. And, this doesn't necessarily say he's kicked, doesn't necessarily say they're replacing him or that they have a new top laner in place or whatever. But, and it is possible that players get to explore their options and then end up coming back. Sometimes the teams just do that to let the players explore their options or whatever. But that doesn't really seem why Wooloo is putting this out. It does seem like TL is most likely going to be kicking Bwipo, going to be replacing him. And I don't know exactly how I feel about this one, because Bwipo at his best is possibly the best top laner in the West, like one of the better ones for sure. He's very, very good. He's a guy who has had some good international performances in the past. Now, hey, as of late, has he been that insane? No. His best split in the past 2 years has probably been as a jungler. But still, I think he does have a lot of really, really good skills. And I still think that top lane in the West is just so damn weak that, yeah, Bwipo wasn't amazing this past year, but I might be willing to give him a little bit of a longer leash due to his history and due to just the overall strength of his position, because I don't know exactly who they're going to be able to go out and get to replace him. Now, there is some different options for Team Liquid when we start to break down, what they could possibly be looking at doing for next year, because if you're allowing Bwipo to explore his options, you better at least have some kind of idea where you're looking or who you're wanting, or maybe you already have somebody. Obviously, they could call up their Academy top laner, Bradley, who I don't know. He just role swapped from mid lane to top lane last year. I don't really know how good he was. Obviously, I know Team Liquid Academy as a team was very, very good and had a ton of insane players. I don't know that I would love calling up Bradley to the LCS already, especially on a team like Team Liquid that wants to be one of the top teams in the league. I'm always a fan of getting those guys to start out on mid to lower tier teams and seeing what's up. But I don't know. Maybe they could do that. I think it would be risky, but that doesn't mean risk can't pay off. I also think, you could go out and look to get another top laner. A guy like Tenacity from 100 Thieves or something like that. You can also look to import, whether that be Europeans, Koreans, whatever. I know a lot of people are going to talk about Summit. A lot of people are going to talk about Keen, guys like that. There are going to be, some Korean top laners available. As far as European top laners, I don't really see too much happening in terms of that kind of stuff. Maybe Alfari's going to be available, but Alfari's not coming back to Team Liquid. And then I don't really know if there's anybody else that's all that interesting available in the top lane, unless Odoamne is, able to get poached over here. But yeah, I don't really see anything else too crazy there. And then as far as LCS top laners, maybe they could look to bring back a reunion of Impact to Team Liquid. I think Someday is about to be a free agent. So yeah, I don't know. There's just like, and none of these options really stand out to me as like a really awesome, really exciting option for Team Liquid, or an option that is like clearly better than Bwipo going forward in the future, especially fitting in the LCS, in NA, on TL. I don't know. But I do think it's kind of interesting as far as where Bwipo is going to end up. Obviously, it is very, very possible he could end up going back to Europe, back into the LEC. I think, he would probably be an upgrade over Arma on Mad Lions. I don't really think that's going to happen, but I think it's possible. Apparently, Rogue is going to be, in talks for a new top laner since they're moving on from Odoamne. Heretics, I don't know if they have a top laner or not. I know Heretics has started signing some players. Excel has Finn, so I don't really see that happening. Fnatic has Wonder. Seems like he's probably going to be sticking around. Vitality is maybe going to have a top lane position open as well. There is some talks about that they could be moving on from Alphari. And then kind of, the bottom teams, anything could happen with them. I think the only top laner, BDS is Adam and SK has Irrelevant, so Astralis is probably the only team even with a top laner. I think Bwipo would be a mid to upper tier top laner in the LEC. I'm sure there's a lot of teams that would like him. Is that going to happen? I don't know. Bwipo has talked about the fact that he really has liked it in the LCS. He's really liked it in Los Angeles. He's really liked it with Team Liquid specifically, and he was really hoping to stick around with them for next year. For a lot of different reasons, the lifestyle, his personal life, the gameplay, everything, but he also at the same time has said stuff like, hey, I know I didn't play well this year. I know it's a lot going to be out of my control. It's kind of along the lines of, I don't know if he said these exact words, but kind of along the lines of like, hey, I wouldn't really blame them if they replaced me with how I played last year, but I really want to stay. I hope they keep me, that type of thing. So he does seem to like the LCS. So I think maybe, potentially the LCS could be in his cards. EG, who knows what's going to be happening with Impact? That could be an opening. 100 Thieves, who knows what's going to be happening with Someday? So some of these top teams could very, very well be having some openings. I think CLG Bwipo could actually really be interesting as well if they want to look to make a big splash. They were, a pretty strong team overall in 2021, but they ultimately came up short, and they didn't really have a ton of star power on their team at the end of the day. A ton of guys with like playoff experience and world experience and stuff like that. FlyQuest, there's some rumors going around that maybe they could be looking to make some big moves in the offseason. TSM Bwipo, I think, could potentially be a very, very spicy one as well. It's just, I think Bwipo's good, and there's still the options of him, potentially role swapping to like jungle or mid or all this other craziness too. Like, who knows? But I think at this point, there is so many options for him. I don't think Bwipo was so disgustingly bad in 2022 or anything like that. Obviously, did he fall short of expectations for himself and for his team? Yes, but those expectations were also very, very, very high. And I don't know that Bwipo is going to be an insane player in 2023, but I also don't think that the level of the LCS or the LEC is so insane right now that Bwipo shouldn't be on a team in one of these leagues, and shouldn't have a case to be on quite a few of these teams in both of these leagues. But that's just kind of my thoughts right now. We will have to see what happens. But again, the latest is that Wooloo is saying TL has allowed Bwipo to explore his options for next year, which could be hinting at a potential, splitting up of Team Liquid and the top laner from 2022. But pretty much it for this video today, guys. Make sure you check out PrizePicks, first link in the description below. Hopefully catch you in the next one. Peace.